Good afternoon, everybody, from the exit leading off to Universal Orlando Resort. And as you guys know, we used to show you the updates for Volcano Bay, but right now we cannot go into Volcano Bay because our season passes are blacked out. That doesn't mean that we can't appreciate the view from afar. It is beautiful for sure. And then we can also get a little bit of an update on the Aventura Hotel, building right along. Volcano Bay is at capacity. So we got a few questions about the annual pass being blacked out. The one that we have is the preferred 3-park annual pass. And when we say blacked out, it just means that we can't go during the month of July, and that is only for Volcano Bay for us. So the reason that they do this is because Volcano Bay, as you guys saw on the sign, has a very limited capacity, so they want to make sure that the park isn't overrun with people that have annual passes, because they can't plan for that. So what they do is they sell regular tickets during the month of July, and they can plan, say like, we'll make up a number, 14,000 people buy regular passes. They don't have to worry about the preferred passes coming in and taking up space. They know that they've already sold X amount of one-day passes so that they can plan for the amount of people that are coming into the park. Does that make sense? One of the things that I'm going to try to show you guys is up here in the hub, which is like where the 2 parking garages connect and then lead across the City Walk where security is. There's a new snack stand, but they don't like people filming around the security check, so I'm going to try to show it without getting in trouble. We'll see what happens. Some new signs above the moving walkways that show off Volcano Bay as the 3rd park. Here it is. Universal's Fresh Eats. Not quite open yet, but it looks like it's almost ready to open any day now. This is in between the 2 parking garages over by the bathrooms. And here's another sign saying that Volcano Bay is at capacity right now. It's nice that they have like more food options back at the hub, but the only problem is they took out the only drinking fountains to put like a snack stand in. So there's no drinking fountains in the hub. When you're on your way out and you have like a water bottle, you just want a sip of something before we're getting in the car, there's nowhere to do that. Except for unless you buy a water. Ooh, look at this. City Walk is still all decorated for the 4th of July. Some nice bunting and some American flags. Very cool. It looks like we've got some Wonder Woman merchandise and some Justice League merchandise out on City Walk. Oh yeah, there's a lot of it over here. It's like a whole cart devoted to it. What it looks like right next door, we've got some Deadpool stuff. And some of the other Marvel characters. Which is interesting because Wonder Woman was DC. So this is like a Marvel cart. And this is like a DC cart. You can see Superman and Batman. It looks like maybe the Green Lantern down here. Some more bunting and flags as we get closer to the entrance to Universal Studios. And a couple of banners here that say, "Celebrate 4th of July, America." Of course, Universal Studios is still decked out for Despicable Me 3. Yeah, lots and lots of people here today. Wow. I don't think I've ever noticed this dining reservations kiosk where you can make dining reservations just outside of the camera store. You can tell they're expecting really large crowds this week because of the extended queue for Shrek 4D is out. The Scooby-Doo gang, they look like they're off trying to solve a mystery or something. I like this. I'm kind of convinced that the Simpsons Winnebago is magic because I've never seen them move it, but they move it every day for the Superstar Parade. So I think it just disappears. I always like to come into Williams of Hollywood right next to Mel's because they've got some used items from the parks and just some really interesting stuff. Say, for example, this is the latex skin from Imhotep, the animatronic inside the Mummy ride. Or take, for instance, this gigantic Terminator head. I wonder how much this is. Let's see. $1,500. For $1,500, you could have this giant, what is this, a T-1000? I don't know, I'm not up to date on my Terminator films, but you could have this in your living room. Certainly is a busy day, an 80-minute wait for the Transformers ride. Here in the New York facade of Universal Studios, they've got the fire hydrant open just like they would on a hot summer day in New York City. Another store to check out directly across from the Transformers ride. You can go into the film vault and see lots and lots of film merchandise from older films. For example, classic monsters, E.T., Jaws, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Jurassic World. That's not an old one, but they still have the merchandise in here. There's a little window outside of that shop that has some addresses in it, and I don't know if they have any sort of significance or anything like that. I feel like this 394 Lumos Lane in London, England, of course that's from Harry Potter, but maybe some of these other ones have some sort of significance to something. I don't know what though. Just having a quick update on the Fast and Furious Supercharged ride, and it looks like since the last time we were here, they've gotten all of these fake windows in Still not quite all of the painting down the side. All of the brickwork is done, and check this out. They've started painting the name of the ride on the outside of this facade here. And it looks awesome. I think it's supposed to look like an old warehouse sign. Be interesting because it won't be lit up though. It's not going to be a neon sign. I think this is it. Just painted on there like this with a faux weathered paint job. It looks like they've started construction on what used to be the entrance to Disaster and Earthquake, but not much has happened. They've just put up some scaffolding in here. One of the things that has been added since the last time that we were here is Express on all Harry Potter attractions, including the Hogwarts Express. Definitely not as busy in Diagon Alley as I thought it was going to be. Actually looks kind of like there's a lot of room to move around in here. There it is, it's official, the Universal Express for Gringotts. Right down the center doorway. I do have to say, it's really hot today. I think real feel outside is probably about 103. In the shade, inside of Diagon Alley, perfect. One of the things that they recently changed were the cauldron cakes. They used to look different, but now they look like full-out cauldrons with fire coming out of the top. You guys remember during the last mail vlog when we were talking about jacket potatoes? Here they are. They're in this outside stand across from Grimmauld Place. Oh my goodness, for the longest time, this fire hydrant that Chief Wiggum has run his car into was underneath a box. It is now exposed and you can see the fire hydrant again. And normally, when it first opened, it was squirting water. It's not doing that anymore. I came back into Kids Zone to see if we can see any construction markers because from every rumor that we've heard, this is where Nintendo Land is going to go. Doesn't look like there's any markings or anything back here yet. Because as I said, as of right now, those are just rumors. We're not 100% sure where Nintendo Land is going. A little tip for the annual pass holders out there. This store, you cannot get an annual pass holder discount. SpongeBob store, you can. And the Barney shop, you can. So I got my Powerade in the Barney shop and got a discount. Whereas if I'd gotten it here, there would not have been a discount. Speaking of going right next door to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, let's do that. Let's get on the train where it's air conditioned. And there it is, the Express Pass entrance for the Hogwarts Express. We don't have Express though. Not too much of a difference though between Express and the regular line because that's where they meet up right there and then we all go up the stairs together. This train is going backwards.
Principal exceptions to Gamp's law of elemental transfiguration.
What are you even talking about? Thanks for the ride, Hogwarts Express. We have been hearing rumors that Dragon Challenge, that it may be leaving soon for another maybe Harry Potter experience. One of the things that has started at Hollywood's Hogsmeade is they do a projection show on the castle at night. We don't have that just yet. The soonest that we know of it happening is Christmas time, and this will be the first year that Hogwarts and Hogsmeade has Christmas decorations up. And of course, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey also has an express pass, which would be nice for today because it's a 60-minute wait. Can't wait for there to be a projection show on this because it looks like it would be awesome to view from here. They've got these little dampers to stop the waves from happening too much in here after a boat comes down the drop hill. One of the busiest weeks of the year. After the 4th of July, Skull Island Reign of Kong, the newest ride at Universal. See what the wait time is. 80 minutes. Now there is a single rider and an express line for this. Single rider is through the regular entrance and off to the side once you get a little bit in there. I do have to warn you though, single riders, you will be separated from your party. They use the single riders to fill in the rows completely, like if there's an odd number of people in the row, they put a single rider in that row to get as many people on the ride as possible. Just passing through Toon Lagoon and came into this store to cool off and I thought, oh look, it's decorated with all sorts of comic strip stuff, but there's nothing for sale from any of these comics. It's all Minions stuff. So how cool would it be if they just turned this area, Toon Lagoon, into a Minions area? I know they're not going to do that. That's just me like spitballing. That's not anything that's going to happen. It's not even a rumor that's going to happen. But I think it would be a good idea. This section over here does have some stuff from the comics like Betty Boop and Popeye. But that's it. Those are the only characters in here that have merchandise, is Betty Boop and Popeye. One of the most interesting things is that even on such a busy day, the Hulk coaster is only a 25-minute wait. It's not bad at all. Marvel Superhero Island, next to Doc Ock here, I think this boutique is new. It's selling all sorts of Avengers and Marvel merchandise. Like, check out this awesome Marvel dress. That's cool. And the nice Marvel scarf. These are pretty fun. Oh, I like this Iron Man purse. Oh, and the Spider-Man purse too. This is neat. I like where it says stay gold to Iron Man. And they have a whole section of Deadpool stuff. That's a lot of Deadpool stuff. I think that's gonna do it for me from here because it is just too hot. I feel like I've never seen this sign underneath the Hulk. time that we met Poe, he was over there, and now he's over here to the right of Cinnabon. There he is. Yeah. I definitely suggest you do not mess around with the Florida heat. So one of the things that we always suggest to do is go through any stores that you can. You don't have to buy anything or anything like that. Just soak up some of their air conditioning. I don't know if we ever showed this when it finally came back, but for the longest time, this beam that says exit was missing. I think it had been rotten from the rain. Out in City Walk again, and there is a My Little Pony cart and a Trolls movie cart. Has anybody seen the movie Trolls? Was it good? Did you guys like it? So that's gonna do it for me from a very hot, very busy Universal Studios Florida. Looks like some rain's getting ready to come in off in the distance. So I am off, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.